right, so 0 is a polynomial's multiplicity. All right, multiplicity is just meaning multiple. So what we're looking for here is we have a polynomial, it's graphed. What could be the equation, right? So the equation depends on the zeros. So if we look, here's a 0. Remember, another word for a 0 is a root. Another word for either one of those is an x-intercept in terms of a graph. So what could be the equation? Well, we have a 0 here at -3. That tells us that one of the factors should be x plus 3. Remember, it has to be the opposite. All right, we have another one right here at x equals -1/2. If you remember right, that would mean the opposite of -1 is +1, and the opposite of dividing by 2, which is multiplied by 2. That's the factor there. We have another one here at x equals 3. That tells me that we have a factor at x minus 3. Remember, it's the opposite every time. So those are our three x-intercepts. However, multiplicity refers to this. If we notice, the graph here is going right through the axis, right, crosses through again, but then this time it bounces. That's a bounce, right? Whenever we see a bounce, that implies that there is some kind of multiplicity going on with that factor. So multiplicity means multiple. It means multiple times. So at x minus 3, that's telling us that there could be two different x minus 3s in terms of the factors. So what we're going to answer is that one of the parts of the equation must be x minus 3 squared. It means it's occurring twice, right? So the way I think of it is when we see a bounce is the graph is getting ready to cross through, but then there's another factor hidden in there that makes it go back another direction. It's like a reflection. All right, so our answer should have these three factors with an x minus 3 squared. And so that's why A is correct. If we do another one, we got one at -3.5. Now remember, -3.5 is like -7 divided by 2. I need to put that into a fraction so I can understand what the factor would look like. So then I think once I have this fraction, what's the opposite of -7? +7. What's the opposite of divided by 2? Times 2. So that's that. This one here, that's at 0. That tells me that the factor is just x, or x squared. It's not x squared, though, because it's cutting through that. Remember, if it's squared, that means there'd be some kind of bounce at that point. Again, on this one, we have 1 at +3. That means there's a bounce here at +3. It's going to be x minus 3 squared. So I have these three factors. Oh, not that one. Here we go.